anything else that helped you kind of start to level up from the coaching process?
Confidence, I think from taking action builds confidence. I think seeing the result in it, the positive result, and seeing more growth builds confidence. And um, and with that that's with that confidence, find myself being able to handle any action, like take any action that I need to, or not afraid to do that.
So today we got a client interview with my client Cord. I'm super excited to dive into this one. Cord, thanks for jumping on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Mario.
Awesome. So, like we talked about, what I want to do is I just want to talk about your story and your transformation through the coaching process in the hopes that it can help somebody who's maybe experiencing some of the same issues or looking for a similar type of transformation. So, just to kind of kick it off, can you tell us who you are, what you do, and where you live?
Yeah, name's Cord Kleiss, business owner, restaurant owner, and live in the Midwest, Muscatine, Iowa, right along the Mississippi River.
And we got to give a shout out to Skinny's Barbecue is voted the best. Like, talk about it, man. It's not just any restaurant.
Yeah, so Texas-style BBQ, brought to the Midwest to just one pulled number one pulled pork sandwich in the state of Iowa by the Iowa pork producers in March of 2024. Just
Let's go.
striving to be better on my product and in my life.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah. And I think the cool thing is I'm in Iowa, so we actually got to once we got started with coaching, I actually got to come to the restaurant, sample it. It was amazing. It's legit. So start to talk to me about like what was your situation like before we started coaching and what were some of the things that you were either struggling with or looking for support on?
Yeah, my business with this award that we had won was growing by the week. Um, in the past, it had dived down, so I was able to handle my stuff. There was a lot of overwhelm with handling the things that had time for in the past that I all of a sudden didn't have time for. Um, but change is the biggest thing for me. So make time was there, but maybe was afraid to do so so I think that was my biggest thing is needing to get over the overwhelm and reach my full potential.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's a lot of people who are listening to this can probably relate with like the overwhelm of like a growing business. So, like when you got overwhelmed, like how did that start to impact you on a daily or a weekly basis?
Instead of doing more work, I was finding myself choosing to do less. I was choosing the easy way. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just kind of like whenever you started to feel overwhelmed, like instead of taking that next step, which would help grow the business, you just did whatever was comfortable that would just kind of
yes,
keep you safe. And
yeah,
I've been there and I see that a lot. And so once we got started with the coaching process, what were some of the things that you felt like were the most beneficial or the most helpful for you?
yeah. Taking action, I think, was like one of the biggest things that I found, and like the reward, the feeling of that of taking action. Um, I think that was the one of the most helpful things to me is like how to handle the hard times and how to move past them.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that that's something that we kind of worked on because when you're like overwhelmed or procrastinating, what you don't want to do is take action. But I remember we kind of started to work through like mindset things, like really recognizing when that was happening to help you like take action. And so, was there anything else that helped you kind of start to level up from the coaching process?
Uh, confidence, I think from taking action builds confidence. I think seeing the result in it, the positive result, and seeing more growth builds confidence. And um, and with that that's with that confidence, find myself being able to handle any action, like take any action that I need to, or not afraid to do that.
Yeah. And I've seen that like a lot with you with the way that not only you're leading yourself, but the way that you're leading your team. Um, so start to talk to me about once you started to take action, were able to overcome the procrastination and started to just build more confidence. Like what are some of the results that you're the most proud of and kind of how did you change as a person?
Um, I think I've grown as a partner, with my now wife. That's been the biggest thing. Um, in taking the step of marriage with like having confidence in the step of marriage is a big thing, So I think, but also being at a point in my life where I'm proud to be a husband, I'm proud of my confidence level, um, my business, how I handle my business, and to be who I am.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can you talk about that? Because we were just talking about like this moment because when you started the coaching process, I asked you like why did you have to change? So that was like 3 or 4 months ago. What did you say about why you had to change?
yeah, so I just looked at my calendar and I said 90 days is like that's like right on my wedding date. So it was like my ultimate decision was to be a better man, was how do I say this? I looked forward to finishing this program right around my wedding day to be a transformed, stronger husband.
Yeah, I mean, you said that you wanted to like level up to, just be like the husband and the man and the dad that you know that you could be. And so kind of describe to me like you just had your wedding like a week ago and you had this, a moment where you're just reflecting on yourself. Like describe to me how did it feel to just stand up there on your wedding day?
Yeah, I think proud. I was not only proud for who I am, but the work that I've put in. That was a challenge for me. I mean, just to take this step was really hard. Um, to commit to meeting with somebody once a week, to taking that out of my day, was a huge step. But doing that built like showed me that I can care about myself and then be sure and show results, and I show results at home with the family, with the business, with my employees. I think through struggles with my employees, I think they all like it's been pretty respectful. I think that's one thing that's never gotten lost. And I think that 90 days ago would not be the case because I didn't know how to handle the toughest emotions and the toughest moments. Um,
Yeah, I think I think that's been one of the coolest things is to watch the way that you like lead your team in the past where maybe you would shy away from the hard conversations and the, setting the expectations and the vision, but now you're doing it every day and every week. So
yeah.
that's super cool to see. So, if you were to just kind of start to like reflect on it and describe like how you've changed as a person, how would you describe like what you were like before versus what you're like now?
Yeah, I think you just kind of said like shy away from moments, not like confrontation, not want to um have those hard conversations, I think is a good way to say it. And I now I see the good in it, instead of seeing the things that I'm afraid of, find the things that are the positives that'll come from it, and then also what how it's affecting me by keeping it in. Um, I think that and like taking action.
Yeah. I think that's probably been the biggest thing for you. Action and confidence and those two things and working on yourself has helped you just be the man for your wife and for your team. One thing we haven't talked about is how has this process helped you be a better dad?
Um, Being open. I think talking about the process. I enjoy um sharing with my son to be proud, to be confident, and like how I'm taking those actions on being stronger in those. Um, I think another thing would be, I mean, just present and knowing that time, knowing how to delegate my time, I guess I should say, is trying.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's been cool to hear how you just talk about a lot of these things with Theo. So I wanted to ask about that. But yeah, so any pieces of advice that you have for anybody who is maybe considering joining, but they're just a little bit hesitant? Like what would you say to that person?
I definitely recommend it. I was hesitant to do so, and I am proud to say that I did it. I think it's something that caring about yourself is important, and also like the connection that you have, um, that you and I have, I should say, is a big part of it. It's real. It's not for show. It's not once a week kind of love. It's our however I should say it. It's it's a care. It's real. But I definitely 100% recommend joining.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Yeah, it is real. Like I care about you and I'm so proud of the person that you've become. And I just remember that first call, like, why are you trying to change? You're trying to change because you're getting married in like 90 days. And to then just have you have this wedding day and just be standing and be proud of the progress that you made. To watch you like level up as a husband, as a dad, as a leader, as a business owner, it's been really cool to witness, and I just look forward to growing and working with you, man. So, just wanted to say thank you, and I'm grateful for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So, for anybody who's listening to this, if this resonates with you, would encourage you to send me a DM on Instagram or click the link below to book a call, and I'll describe like what it would look like to have you join the coaching program and join the Driven Dadpreneur group. So go ahead and do that. And Cord, thanks again, man.
Yes, thank you, Mario.